This right here is the Green Energy. It is a new skin that just was released to CS2 around a month or two ago, and it is a very cool skin, but it also sells for around $300 in factory new on the Steam marketplace right now, and you can get this thing for absolutely free just by playing the game. And in fact, right now is one of the best times ever in terms of the new player and the free player CS2 experience, in terms of being able to get really cool skins, being able to build up your inventory, being able to build up your balance, and really grow from there. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about all the different opportunities and all the very cool ways where you can get some very nice, very expensive skins and get your CS2 inventory started. Today's video is sponsored by Pirate Swap, an automated CS2 trading platform where you can turn your skins into new ones simple and easy. All you have to do is click on the skins that you want to get rid of and then click on the new skins that you want to own and select confirm trade. It's that simple, it's that easy, and Pirate Swap has an amazing collection of skins, so you will definitely be able to find something that you like. And if you use the discount code GERM on Pirate Swap today, you're actually going to be able to claim a free $10 bonus and be able to get a 35% deposit bonus as well. So it's an awesome site with awesome features offering you an amazing discount. So there's no reason to not go check out Pirate Swap with that first link in the description below today. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video. So by simply playing CS2 and leveling up each week, you get a drop when you level up. And in that drop, you get a couple of different options. You know, it's a care package where you're going to get a skin, you're going to get a case, you're probably going to get like a graffiti, and you're probably going to get like a charm detachment tool or something like that. There's a couple of different options there. And previously, one of the best skins you could possibly get was the SG553 Integral. In factory new here, you can see it was about $73. So anytime anybody hit the Integral, they were going crazy. $73. That's an awesome come up. Again, that's just for playing the game. That's just from leveling up every single week. You know, it resets at a certain day in the week or something like that. And you could do this on multiple accounts. Obviously, you could keep grinding because it's really not that hard to level up overall. So if you did have multiple accounts, you could continue to farm those everywhere you went. But again, back at the beginning of April, it was like March 31st, April 1st, whatever, Valve decided to release a couple of these new collections. They decided to rotate out some of the old care package drop skins and bring in these three new collections: the Radiant collection, the Boreal collection, and here we have the Ascent collection as well, if this decides to load. The Ascent collection, and these are, you know, some pretty cool new skins, honestly, especially because you can get them dropped for free in the game. Again, it's if you have Prime status, you level up, so there's a little bit of upfront investment. You have to have some money at the beginning, but it starts to pay for itself very quickly, even if you get some of the bad stuff. But again, the top options here are stuff like, here we have the Green Energy again. Most recent sales on the Steam community market, let me make sure I'm not covering this up, is about $300. Right now, the lowest listing is like $278, but again, these could get bought through. So you could literally get dropped a $300 skin. That would be absolutely insane. And then again, you can either be running around with a $300 skin for free, or you can sell it and then have a $300 inventory of other skins that you think are cool. You could also use that $300 to start, you know, a CS2 investment portfolio. You could buy some cases, you could buy some capsules, you could buy, you know, trade up skins, whatever. You could do all kinds of different stuff, and this is just simply from playing the game. This is absolutely awesome. You know, we go from the max win of this drop being like a $70 skin to a $300 skin. That is a very big come up, and that is very cool that Valve is doing this and giving us all this new stuff. But it doesn't stop there. There's still other very cool options. Again, the top option from the Ascent collection is going to be the M4A1S Stratosphere. This is a very beautiful skin. Most recent sales about $252, so a little bit cheaper than the Green Energy, but still, this would be a very awesome come up. This would be a very awesome win. But what about the AK-47 Novu Rogue, where this thing is going for $439 most recent sale. Now the lowest price is $444, so it might be going even higher. Obviously, over time, these skins are most likely going to drop in value because right now we're still in the first couple of months where there's not a ton of supply for these. They're still really rare, but the previous drops were in the active drop pool for years and years, and they built up, you know, millions of supply. So obviously, these skins we're expecting are going to be doing that in the long run as well. But right now, at this current time, it is an amazing time to be a free CS2 player. It's an amazing time to be a budget CS2 player because you can get some crazy drops that can really get you off to the races. And again, what you do with that money could then become really insane because we know the CS2 economy has been absolutely popping off recently. There's been so many insane opportunities. There's been so many skins doubling, tripling in price. There's been so many cases doubling, tripling in price. Valve is doing a lot of cool things to the game. The game's hitting new all-time highs in terms of player base, all that stuff. So if you did get some insane drop like this, you know, $200, $300, $400, you could eventually down the line a couple years from now turn that into thousands of dollars. So this is a very awesome, very exciting opportunity. But again, there's not only the fact that you can get these skins, and again, there are some cool skins overall in these collections. This M4A1S glitch paint looks sick. You have the Desert Eagle Mulberry is not even a bad skin. USPS Bleeding Edge, the Glock 18 Coral Bloom, and then even down here again, a lot of these skins are just going to get cheaper and cheaper. So you have an opportunity to pick up some pretty cool budget skins as well. So that's why I think it was really cool of Valve to release this. M4A4 Sheet Lightning's okay. Glocking Bird I don't hate. AK-47 Winter Green actually looks pretty cool. USPS Tropical Breeze looks pretty sick. So all of a sudden the budget players, even if you don't have a $400, $300, $200 skin, even at the cheaper levels, they just made so many cool new awesome skins for people to try out. And there's a lot of different color themes and stuff like that because people like having themed inventories, themed loadouts, themed setups. AK-47 Midnight Laminate is very sick. USP Royal Guard, FAMAS Yeti Camo I kind of like in a weird way. Desert Eagle Mint Fan. So just so many different skins, so many different options here. But also, of course, in those drops, you can get cases as well. Now, obviously, most of the time, actually 99% of the time, you are going to get a case that is in the active drop pool. You're going to get the recoil case, which is worth 31 cents. You're going to get the fracture case worth 40 cents, the revolution case worth 62 cents, the kilowatt case worth 65 cents, or we can go all the way up to the dreams and nightmares case, which is $2.27. So again, whatever kind of skin you get, even if it's a 3-cent skin or a 5-cent skin or a 10-cent skin or whatever, you also have a chance to get a case, which is going to be really awesome. And hey, the Dreams and Nightmares, you pretty much have like a 1 in 5 chance to get Dreams and Nightmares because again, 99% of the time it's going to be one of those 5. And hey, when you have a small inventory, when you have a small account balance, $2 could be a nice little start. $2 could get you off the ground. And again, this is $2 that you have a pretty decent shot at getting every single week. And like I said, once you start to build up a balance, you could even buy a second account with Prime on it and start farming 2 accounts or 3 accounts or 4 accounts, depending on how much free time you have, depending on how much time you like CS, depending on how much time you enjoy the game. I'm not saying you should like make this a part-time job or anything like that, but if you do play the game this much, it could make sense to have multiple accounts going while you're grinding the game anyway, and give yourself multiple chances to not only pick up your weekly care packages, but also have multiple chances to really hit some insane crazy drop, especially while the case prices are this high. But then again, you do have a 99% chance of getting one of these 5 cases, but not only that, you have that 1% chance of getting that rare drop pool case. Now again, these rare drop pool cases, they're not all that good. You can get the snakebite case for 57 cents. You can get, the clutch case for 99 cents, CS20 case for $1.61. But we can go all the way up to the CSGO weapon case where you could get this thing dropped for $120. You have other opportunities for stuff like the glove case at $17, Operation Bravo case at $60, Huntsman weapon case at $13. So this is just another instance of you having a pretty interesting opportunity to be able to pick up something that's really going to be able to affect your budget, able to affect, your overall inventory value, your overall, loadout, affect your potential investment portfolio that you want to start out in CS. This is really, really cool. So there are just a lot of cool things that Valve is actually doing for free players, for cheap players, for budget players, and really trying to improve that new player experience. And again, a big part of it is these new skins, which not only look super cool, are super expensive, and you have chances to get them. Now, of course, another thing that we definitely need to talk about right now, and another really great way to make money inside of CS2, especially for cheap or free or whatever, is the Armory. Now again, the Armory Pass is not going to be free. You're going to have to get this going, but if you have started to pick up some of these free drops, if you started to build up your inventory a little bit, you could eventually get an Armory Pass for free just from playing the game. And then once you have one of these Armory Passes start making money themselves as well. They start printing money because there are some really, really cool options here. We can go take a look at CS ROI and see what the overall ROIs and returns are on all of these different Armory things. And you can see the character craft stickers and the elemental craft stickers. Now, this stuff's always going to change. Sometimes there'll be a different thing that is, the highest ROI or the lowest ROI or whatever. But right now, 135% ROI on those character craft stickers, 132% ROI on those elemental craft stickers. So just by redeeming those, you could potentially be making 35% on every single star, because those collections only cost 1 star. 32% on every star you redeem in the Elemental Craft sticker collection. And again, if you use those, in theory, however much you're spending on those passes, you can make 30% on top of that, and then be able to redeem those into more and more passes. And eventually, you're building up your account balance that way. You're building up your budget that way. You are building things up. So again, this is another way to essentially get free skins because your ROIs are just by playing the game. And yes, there's a little bit of a gamble by going with those stickers. You might get a good sticker, you might get a bad sticker, whatever. But you can also redeem for Fever and Gallery cases, which are also going to be profitable as well and are not going to be as risky. And you can just kind of sell them for some profit. Not going to be as much, obviously. But again, a Fever case does cost about 80 cents or 2 stars. And you can actually sell these on the Steam market for $1.06 right now. So you're making, about 26 cents each time before those Steam taxes and fees and everything come in. But yeah, right now there's just so many awesome, cool, free ways to be making money and be making skins and be making stuff just from playing the game in CS2. Valve is really incentivizing people to play this game a ton, and I think it's a big reason why we're seeing the huge player base numbers, we're seeing the all-time high player base numbers, we're seeing peak player numbers, all that good stuff, and it's because Valve is doing some really, really cool stuff, and yeah, giving you opportunities to get some really sick stuff and build up your balance absolutely for free. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.